A U.S. intelligence agency insider claims that the United States has been secretly recovering alien spacecraft for decades. And according to him, the Defense Department has been actively hiding the truth, not just from the American people, but from the U.S. Congress as well. Let's talk about David Charles Grush and what we know about his claims so far. Now, David Grush is a veteran of the U.S. Air Force who then transitioned to the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency, or NGA. After working there for some time, he moved on to the National Reconnaissance Office, or NRO. And during his time with the NRO, he was a GS-15 pay grade, which is sort of the civilian equivalent of a field grade officer, a lot like a colonel. Now, according to Grush, while he was there, he was the senior technical advisor for unidentified aerial phenomenon and transmedium issues. And now that is a mouthful, but basically it means that he was one of the experts assigned to investigate UFOs, or unidentified aerial phenomena, UAP as they're now known. Now, as a part of that role, Grush was the representative for this agency to the Unidentified Aerial Phenomena Task Force, which is the overarching DoD body tasked with investigating these sightings. After working in that capacity for the NRO for a while, Grush then transitioned back to the NGA, but stayed investigating UAP, then serving as that agency's representative to the same UAP task force. Now, according to Grush, he was approached by insiders from the crash retrieval program that was so secretive it was even being withheld from the UAP task force itself. They had concerns about the illegality of what they were doing, and they went to Grush to talk about it. Now, according to Grush, he never physically saw these objects or was a part of any of these retrieval teams, but based on what he was told, these objects are, quote, of exotic origin, non-human intelligence, whether extraterrestrial or unknown origin, based on the vehicle morphologies and material science testing, and the possession of unique atomic arrangements and radiological signatures. Now, all of this so far isn't all that unusual. There have been lots of claims about government conspiracies and cover-ups of recovered crashed UFOs, dating all the way back to Roswell in 1947. But what makes these claims interesting is the paper trail. You see, not only can we confirm that Grush has been a part of these agencies, but he has a number of high-level intelligence officials who vouch for him. Now, all of this is pretty earth-shattering news, but there's just one problem. So far, there's no evidence. But after Grush briefed some members of Congress on this crash retrieval program, he alleges that he was the victim of a concerted retaliation effort mounted by DoD insiders to silence him, to the point where in May of 2022, he filed a complaint with the Intelligence Community Inspector General. Now, this is where things get really interesting, because Grush wasn't alone in filing this complaint. He was represented by an attorney named Charles McCullough III, who's not only a prominent DC-based attorney, but he's the former Inspector General of the intelligence community himself. Now, in July of 2022, the Intelligence Community Inspector General allegedly deemed his complaint to be both valid and urgent, and an investigation is still underway. Now, this is a ton of information, a lot of names and acronyms, and some very high-ranking credentials, but it still isn't evidence. Now, I'll be diving deeper and deeper into this story over the next few days, but I wanted to give you guys a quick summary of where we are right now.